Today I've got for you the Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Pre-Workout Review. This is the blueberry lemonade flavor. So when I'm assessing a pre-workout, the first thing I'm looking for are the ingredients to make sure they're dosed properly and they're using ingredients that are going to be efficacious for your training. And then we can look at taste and mixability and other things that are a little less important but still add to the importance of the pre-workout. Now the first thing is they have some active ingredients here: 175 milligrams of caffeine, 3 grams of creatine, and 1.5 grams of BetaAlanine. I'm going to run through what some of these do and if the dosages are right for you. But the first thing is we're going to run through some of their main things on the ingredients label. They have a muscle matrix. Now typically when brands use proprietary blends, it's a problem, but at least Optimum Nutrition have actually labeled how much of each ingredient is in there. So the first thing is creatine monohydrate at 3 grams. Now 3 grams is enough of creatine per day. You're typically looking at 3 to 5 grams of creatine taken daily to maximally saturate the muscle to get the benefits of improved strength and being able to lift more reps at a given load. Now, typically within a pre-workout, I'm not a huge fan of having creatine in there because it means something else usually has to come out. But nevertheless, it's still a good ingredient to have. And when you are taking your pre-workout, it means that you don't need to take your creatine every day because it's already in the pre-workout supplement. Now, the other issue with having creatine in a pre-workout is there's not a stimulatory ingredient. It doesn't acutely improve your workout. It's something that you need to build up over time. You need to take it daily to see results, which means having it in the pre-workout doesn't make too much sense. Further, there's a little research suggesting that taking creatine after your training session may improve muscle building outcomes. However, taking it any time of the day that you remember is the best way to go about it. So whether that's in the pre-workout or not, to be honest, doesn't matter too much. They have ginseng at 25 milligrams. That's not enough to do anything anyway. We move on to the performance composite. They have BetaAlanine and Lcitrulline. So with BetaAlanine, we're typically looking at anywhere from 2.4 to past 6 grams in an acute dose to see potential acute performance benefits, typically within high intensity endurance training. Now, BetaAlanine is similar to creatine where you need to take it chronically for you to see results and changes within your performance. So typically you're looking at a total of 179 grams of BetaAlanine taken over 2 to 10 weeks to see around a 2% improvement in high intensity endurance performance, which means you're taking anywhere from 2 to 6 grams daily to reach that over that time. Now the 1.5 grams within this taken every other day for when you're training probably isn't going to get you there very quickly, but you will get a tingling sensation. That is typically what most people associate with a pre-workout working, is the beta-alanine tingles. There's no harm to it, it's just a side effect of that ingredient. Then they have L-citrulline, only 750 milligrams. We're typically looking for 6 to 8 grams in a serving to see acute benefits in endurance, versus 750 milligrams isn't going to do much for you. Now, whether L-citrulline actually improves performance within the gym is up for debate, but in terms of endurance performance, there seems to be a bit of evidence suggesting it does that. Now, L-citrulline is a vasodilator. So if you remember NO Explode back in the day, they used L-arginine as the main active ingredient as a vasodilator. The problem is L-arginine gets destroyed in the gut and you don't get that conversion from L-arginine to nitric oxide. And the nitric oxide is what we want to dilate those blood vessels. With L-citrulline, you bypass the gut, it goes to the kidneys, it turns from L-citrulline into L-arginine, and then you're able to convert that to nitric oxide, so you're able to get essentially better pumps, a better blood flow from that ingredient. But at 750 milligrams, you're not going to get that. Then you've got an energy and focus complex. Obviously a lot of brands are now jumping on the bandwagon of brain supplements, nootropics, etc. So we're looking at Alcarnitine, L-tyrosine, caffeine, and a citrus complex. So when we're talking Alcarnitine, that's usually marketed as a fat burner. However, it doesn't work that way, only under very, very specific circumstances. There is some evidence to suggest taking L-carnitine after a workout may reduce muscle soreness 24 to 48 hours after, but this isn't a pre-workout, so that is not applicable for this. Then we have L-tyrosine. So L-tyrosine is actually a brain supplement nootropic that has been shown to work and help a lot of military individuals under stressful situations, especially in extreme cold and tiredness. However, we're looking at doses of 10 to 20 plus grams. And obviously this has 250 milligrams, so you're not going to see much from this. even regardless, even if you were going to put the efficacious dose of 10 to 20 grams of L-tyrosine in a pre-workout, there's not much else you could fit on top of that. So you'd just be selling L-tyrosine. So that's here nor there. Then we have caffeine. So obviously within a pre-workout, your main ingredient that is working is caffeine. Everything else is kind of a little bit on top, here nor there. Caffeine is the main thing that's going to improve your performance. It's been studied over and over again. You probably know from experience how well and alert and how much better your performance is when you take caffeine. So this is 175 milligrams. Typically most pre-workouts sit around the 200 milligram mark, even energy drinks sit around the 200 milligram mark. What I like about this particular supplement is the fact that 175 milligrams isn't such a huge dose. So typically if you are caffeine naive or you are very sensitive to caffeine, high caffeine doses cause a lot of problems. And that can be jitteriness, anxious, heart beating out of your chest, those things. You can avoid that by taking your pre-workout with less caffeine. You don't need to go 300, 400 milligrams of caffeine in a pre-workout. That's just taking it to the extreme. So if you want something that is slightly lower in caffeine, then this one is a good one to go for. Now, overall, in terms of the pre-workout, I would class this as essentially an energy drink. It's an energy drink in powdered form that you mix yourself, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind drinking an energy drink as a pre-workout. I don't mind not having other ingredients or other performance enhancing ingredients in the formula, just the caffeine. If I'm just after caffeine, I'm quite happy. Now, energy drinks are getting pretty damn expensive these days, over $2 a can. You can pick this up, 30 servings, so $25 to $27. So you're getting 30 servings for that price, so less than $1 per serving. You can use this as an energy drink substitute and a pre-workout. So that's where the benefits lie. Obviously, if you're looking for something with more performance enhancing ingredients, higher doses of things, there are other pre-workouts which will be reviewed on this channel too. So stay tuned for those, but I'm gonna show you the mixability of this as well, just so you can get an idea if you do decide to purchase this. If you're liking this video so far, please like, subscribe, because we'll be reviewing a lot more supplements and training equipment. So we'll add a scoop to half a glass of water. And then we have our mixer. So you'll see from here, it's mixed well. There's a little bit of sediment in the bottom, but nothing crazy. In terms of the taste, it's got the sweetness, but it's got a little bit of tart or sourness to it with that blueberry lemonade flavor. It's almost like a blue raspberry flavor, to be honest. So if you like that, you'll love this. Outside of that, this is a great little budget or beginner pre-workout to use, just because it is much cheaper than the others on the market. 30 servings, less than $1 a serving. Tastes great, can be an energy drink substitute, and gives you the caffeine that you need, but you're not going to get much else from everything else in the ingredients list. So please like, subscribe, stay tuned for more supplement reviews to come.